And I am having a lot of trouble with this math right now.
Why?
Because I'm trying to make a broke deck.
Oh.
Ah, yeah.
But, like...
Gotta do the
What's
math.
it matter? You can sit there and be like, man, I would rather play this game because it has this. But you want to sit there and hate on a game because it didn't do X. When it was made, it was literally the first thing people made. And, you know, admittedly, they didn't think about it.
It is such a severe roadblock at the beginning of the game.
Look.
I mean, the last gem is ground.
Again, if we were talking about Gen 7, I could see your point. We were talking about the first rendition of Gen 1.
I guess it goes back to, like...
You're being really harsh on the game.
What the hell happened in testing where enough people...
But that's just the thing. Even if you went with that mindset, I told you, 4 options.
What level is...
To solve your problem.
What level is Brock? What level is Pokemon?
His Onyx is 12. His Onyx is literally fucking 12.
The options you bring Yellow at least moved Double Kick on Nidoran's learn set down and added Mankey. So if you're playing the original Red and Blue, the best pseudo option you have is getting a Rattata, leveling it up to get Super Fang so you can reduce health by half, effectively ignoring the type chart, because it doesn't matter that it's a rock type and you've used a normal move. It takes, if it lands, 50% of the HP is gone. It can't kill, but that means from full health...
But you can keep hitting it until it gets to 1 HP, I think.
No, there's divisible, but for the basic argument, 50% health means they have 100... Like, say they have 100 hit points. 50% of that is 50. They now have 50 hit points. Hit it again, 25. It goes from max to 50 to 25% in 2 hits if it lands, ignoring the type chart, and giving you options. And after Brock has wasted his potions, that's the best option you have, where you can knock his Pokemon down low enough where your other Pokemon can generally probably do something. The entire problem comes in that everything you would have if you didn't have the Bulbasaur or Squirtle, everything you have, like all the bug types, destroyed by Rock, Firestarter, destroyed by Rock. So the best you're doing here is your odd normal type that you have to, which is going to take, you know, neutral from Rock, so you have to basically rely on your kooky normal type to beat these things down in a very usable but unorthodox manner. And it's just a weird, ridiculous roadblock. And then
Geodude is level 12. Onyx is level 14. Neither one of them know a rock type move. Neither one of them know a ground type move. Both of them know tackle. Onyx knows Screech.
I guess I'm thinking of a remake then, because I
Onyx
remember
knows Bind.
one of them had a rock type.
I think
in Gen 1,
I believe in
Fire Red. Gen 1, Rock resisted normal and was weak to water.
Okay, so without rock type moves, then you can... Then you
can literally use a Pidgey.
It still takes for fucking
and
ever.
potion and tackle Onyx to death. Because Onyx is going to do the same thing that Pidgey's going to do.
It still takes forever, and also I'm pretty sure Fire Red and Leaf Green, I think, gave them Rock Throw, but Fire Red and Leaf Green has more compensation for
Fire Red and Leaf Green completely erased this entire problem because it teaches Charmeleon Metal Claw.
And that's why they have...
On top of also putting... The Nidoran line continues to exist with a better learn set, and I believe they just threw Mankey into the one route as well.
But you don't need any of those because you can just level Charmeleon to have Metal Claw and then fuck them out up.
Unless Metal Claw misses.
Shit doesn't matter because again, it's a Charmeleon versus a fucking level 14, level 16 Onyx.
They added even more compensation where they had to artificially give Charmander extra options solely to fuck over Brock, meaning that the developers in every instance kind of realized that they had cardinally, wholeheartedly fucked up.
Again, like,
Again.
you know, my whole
If they hand you Pokemon,
look,
I don't understand your problem.
look, my whole,
Because your whole thing with Gen 6 is that you have to go get Pokemon to beat Bug.
They hand
So
you...
what's the problem with you having to go get Pokemon to beat Rock?
No! That's not...
stop.
My...
Stop.
Going
Stop.
to get...
Look, stop. This argument is dumb. It released 20 years ago. There's a rough patch in the game. It's a pretty rough patch, but it's there. They admitted they didn't think about it when they first made the game. They fixed it later. Like, what do you want them to do? Build a time machine to remake the game? If that is not your answer, stop. The argument is dumb. If that's the literally only reason you hate the game, if you say, if it wasn't for that, this entire game would be fine, then I think you're being extremely harsh. If you say, I have problems with the game and would prefer not to play that version of that game, there are remakes, it doesn't matter anymore. Let it go. If there are people who like playing that version of that game, they can do that. And if you want to say, well, I like my version, go like your version. End of discussion. End of discussion. I'm tired of listening to it. End of discussion. Because there's nothing either one of you are going to say that's going to change the other one's mind, and we're just going to keep going in circles, because I listened to the same argument about 10 different times. And I'm on the page of, look, they did it, it happened, they tried to fix it later, that's all they could do. If that's not good enough for you, well then your expectations are too high, just let it go.
I'm fine that they fixed it
They fixed
later.
it. They fixed it. It's fixed. There's a version where it is fixed. Therefore, it's the same thing as patching it out later. It's done. They couldn't patch it out later. So they did the next best thing and made a version where it's fixed. That is literally the only thing they could do versus doing the timemachine.exe to fix it. Because now they can timemachine.exe and fix it. They couldn't do that before. So they did what they needed to, and you have to at least accept that they fixed it later, and just ignore the fact that it was messed up the first time.
My last point on the topic, they fixed it later, and in the later releases of the game, Yellow fixed it, Fire Red and Leaf Green fixed it, the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee fixed it. My final point on this topic is, people act like the design of Brock was crafted to be a teaching tool for the mechanics of Pokemon by forcing you into a scenario where, under certain circumstances, you would realize you needed other options. My problem is that other than the weird...
Look.
Yeah, those
Look, I can say things that are factual against that, and not even against that, but just amend that. But I'm tired of talking about it.
My final point was...
No, I'm like done talking about it. Because I literally had the time to count out my cards and make it so that when I do Sonic Blade, I literally have enough cards to do Sonic Blade again after I've used up all my high potions.
So
I'll move on to a different
I
topic.
can literally use the Sonic Blade until I'm out of attack cards, high potion, do it again, high potion, do it again, and then even when I reload after that, if the enemy is somehow still standing, I can do it again.
So what the hell does Peter Pan do? Because we got that.
Oh,
covered.
he's awful.
Could actually talk about the game. What did he do with
Doesn't
that?
he just fly around
He does
and like?
this.
Why?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Who thought that was a... Actually, we say he thought that was a good idea, but he actually killed the rest of everything in that room. He killed the, like, remaining 5 enemies. Fuck, is this world over?
No.
God damn it.
No, I spent the like 20 minutes you guys spent arguing over filling out, changing my deck.
Sean was trying to become super broke.
Yeah, I was making my Sonic Link setup.
Are those, Horn and Tuba Heartless in the original game?
No,
Yeah, I don't remember those.
they were originally in this game. Then they came back in Kingdom Hearts 2, kinda.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
They added some random.
Hey, you know what's weird? Is the fact that, you know, I don't really gain level ups at this point, but when I go to Destiny Islands, like, I'll literally gain level ups from, like, a single fight. Do I have a horse? I guess I should. No, at this point, I'm already sick of enemy counters here. Because I literally just want to get to the next section. I also can't... Do I go to Twilight? I think I go to Twilight Town after all that.
Couldn't you go to Twilight? Traverse Town?
Another.
What?
d-
Twilight Town? No, when you get the Twilight Town card, you can only go to Twilight Town.
Another
Oh,
Pokemon
It's
point.
actually
Just to-
Twilight Town?
Another Pokemon
What?
related
The card
point.
is actually to Twilight Town and not Traverse Town? That's fucking
What? I've already
weird.
been to Traverse Town.
Oh, yeah.
The Twilight Town's in this game. Another Pokemon
weird.
related
It's from the
point.
other side of Sora's memory.
Mm.
The-
Which didn't make any sense when they said it in this game.
I just wanted to bring up
Are
this
you what's guarding this? Yeah, that's kind of sad.
this one random Pokemon point because it was This had nothing to do with the topic we were going on a few minutes ago. I just wanted to bring this up because it was just kind of amusing. In it, when they were first talking about the game, people thought that it didn't have any online features, and they had to basically correct that there are online features
They even had a mystery gift bought in.
in that game. So that was just a terrible interview translation thing. I just wanted to bring it out because that kind of amused me.
Demo footage even showed the, like, mystery gift, and I was like, if you only have Generation 1 Pokemon...
Though if
why
we're
can't
battling
mystery
people
gift?
online and we're stuck with the original 151, there's only one way that that's going to go. Well, the original 151 and a few,
I mean, realistically, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee is already more broke than the original because I have Alolan Muck.
if it's in the game. They said some Alolan forms, but they didn't say.
Well, clearly Alolan Muck is in it.
I think it's going to be all Alolan forms just so that they will have more than one fairy and more than one fairy, one dark, and one
You know, I
steel.
keep opening each chest.
Tarzan, but they would have had more than one fairy.
No. You get slights. The slights are the best reward. Remember?
May I remind anyone who plays Pokemon, in case you actually forgot this, Jigglypuff and Mr. Mime are fairy types now,
Oh, you see, there's the problem.
as is
No one-
Clefable.
Well, you see, there's the problem. No one thinks about Jigglypuff or Mr. Mime.
We've got Clefable though.
Mm.
I expected Alolan Muck to exist because they realized, shit guys, if we limit them to the original,
Shit, because Muck is like literally shit.
if we limit them to the original
No,
150,
Alolan Muck is trash.
if we limit them to the original
No, that's,
151, we lose Dark.
Rubbish.
Yeah.
What?
It's trash.
No, Alolan Muck is literally
Oh!
trash. Do you not remember
Oh!
how Alolan Muck became that way? They kept feeding their trash to it.
I have a
Guzzlord.
Oh, I have a Pokemon topic because I wanted to ask you two if you saw anything about this. Did you two see that huge Pokemon beta leak?
No.
What? No.
Basically,
You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
Basically, for years.
Oh my! How did you miss that news?
I have no idea.
Basically, for years there was this beta version of Gold and Silver that was rumored to have existed that was playable one time at like Space World 1997, but no one could find the ROM or anything or any cartridges. All that surfaced about it was some screenshots and like some video from this one Japanese show, but people were unsure if these were real or not. One day, just this random person online, they just dumped the ROM of it, and it was real and there, and people hacked the ROM to get basically all the unused Generation 2 beta sprites
Like
and things.
15 days ago, someone ROM dumped the Japanese-only Gold and Silver beta demo. And the beta demo has the full game of Beta Gold and Silver in it. And this beta demo is amazing because of all the unused Pokemon and concepts in the demo. And this reveals a lot of foresight and ideas that Pokemon would use later. And this demo is really interesting. Well, the demo kind of sucks, but all the data in it's interesting because it's such a radical departure from the Gold and Silver.
That's how you break up with your boy.
Like,
you're going back to London.
like we have originally, Umbreon was a poison type, not a dark type, and it was going to evolve with the Poison Stone.
Cyndaquil and for the Cyndaquil line and the Feraligatr line do not exist in that build.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Lugia isn't in that build.
Oh yeah, Cyndaquil isn't a real fire starter. They literally took a normal type and threw fire on its back.
Chikorita's line exists, but Meganium doesn't.
Huh.
It's an entirely different middle stage. One of the most interesting things found in that build, because people said Generation 4 did this and it was dumb. If you remember in Generation 4, they introduced a Mr. Mime pre-evolution and some other pre-evolutions that people said were dumb. They found those pre-evolutions in the Gold and Silver beta. So your precious Generation 2 had the same idea at one point.
Yeah, Mime Jr., Magby, and Elekid were all going to be Generation 2
People
Pokemon.
go on about... A common complaint about Generation 4 was that those baby Pokemon were stupid and pointless, and that, like, they were reaching for ideas because they ran out of creativity. This is a beta version of Gen 2 with the stupid, uncreative ideas that you...
And the really crazy...
I'm feeling some salt.
The really crazy part is that their designs are not that different.
Because if you're
Magby's
going...
hair is different, but...
Because people lampooned it like it would have never been in an old game, and that by Generation 4, they only introduced these baby Pokemon because they were running...
but I thought we all agreed that those people were as dumb as the other people who also sit there and say, oh, well, that generation's dumb because of this dumb thing.
Yes!
And we
But
also
it's
have-
funny that now I can literally, as a counterpoint, go, it almost happened in Gen 2.
I only get salty over things like when people look at me and say Kingdom Hearts 1 is better than Kingdom Hearts 2 because of tech points.
We also have to bring up...
Goddamn tech points.
We also have with the Polygon thing, and I'm bringing this up just so you can throw a picture of it on screen. Throw up Porygon 2's beta design on screen, because that is the greatest thing ever. It looks like Cone.
This boss is dumb.
So, basically...
This game is dumb.
This boss is dumb.
So, in that beta ROM dump, we got to pretty much see...
Scratching my deck.
We got to see the Gold and Silver that never happened. And it's crazy because let me tell you,
They even
my God, so much was cut out of that game.
The even crazier part here is there's this one, like, shark Pokemon. I believe it was a water steel, was like an anchor for its tail. I can't remember if it was Uranium or Pokemon Clover, because they're both awful fan games. One of those had a Pokemon that was basically that. And that concept for the shark thing had never been covered before this.
Man, so awful that Nintendo had to shut them down because everybody was talking about it.
No, everyone was talking about Uranium. No one gave a shit about Clover.
God damn
I was about to say, is his deck nothing but, like,
This
8
boss
and
will
9?
fuck you up in a Game
No.
Boy version.
This boss will fuck you up in this version. It's not that bad in the Game Boy version.
I thought he was worse in the Game Boy version. People said this was the stupid, easy one. I remember everyone hates him in the Game Boy version.
Because in this version, he'll use his enemy card. That is a dumb attack.
What are you talking about? He's like Donkey Kong.
He just got hit by his own attack.
So, the beta content is Oh, you want to know one of the most interesting things about that beta content for Gold and Silver? So, people hacked the demo to find the beta.
There he goes.
Zero.
What the fuck is his,
All zeros.
Wait, that means...
He breaks everything, but technically is immediately broken when you.
Okay, well he just wasted it, so I guess we're okay now.
He breaks everything and is able to be beaten, but... So, what I was going to say...
God damn it, Nappa.
You know how in Gold and Silver you go to the Kanto region? You know what the Kanto region was like in that beta build that people found by hacking that ROM and finding the map?
It was...
Kanto is one town.
Yes.
All of Kanto is one map square.
What town even is it?
But
What? Like...
no, the Kanto region is one map square.
Oh, he also has that one, which is also dumb, but for different reasons.
You don't see what number the card is until he plays it?
Yeah, well, no, it's just random values. So I mean, it's like literally RNG the card.
Even
Like it literally is random number generator the card. Like that's not even like a light. It is.
It is
RNG.
generating random numbers.
It is generating random numbers.
Yes, the random number generator. No, Kurt, when I say Kanto is one town, I mean the entirety of the Kanto region is...
So, if you wish to make this game as smooth and easy ride as possible,
don't play it.
you should make 100 Acre Wood the next world. Or as in, it should have been this world. In the position that I put it. Because you should use it before your last world card in this set. I think. Either that or I'm wrong, and it should be your last card in this set. Because it's either this next set, like when I leave this world, or when I leave Hollow Bastion, I will not run into Riku.
Can we all agree that Beta Girafarig is a better design than Final Girafarig?
Actually, I like the final one more.
You suck.
Funny thing is, the
I'll
beta...
never forget you, Peter. I'll never forget you, Wendy.
The funny thing is, the beta design of...
Peter, your voice. Well, I am like 42.
The funny thing was the beta design of Girafarig. Originally, its typing wasn't normal psychic, it was normal dark initially. Because there were a lot of weird type changes. Like as I said, we had Umbreon was originally going to be a poison type and evolve through a poison stone. And apparently, originally Bellossom was going to be the poison, a poison type as well.
What are you doing? Oh.
Yeah, I was about to say, if they left, that means we have no way to get off the boat, you assholes.
Where's we walk through the door?
Yeah, at least the gods would know what that would be like. Why did a mogul just fall from the sky?
Convenience.
He broke Donald's back.
Okay, guys, so my question of the day is, what did you guys think of the Captain Hook fight? Personally, I think it's a tiny bit better in this version of the game. In the GBA version, it's a notorious difficulty spike because the GBA version is 2.5D and Captain Hook is way harder to dodge. In Rechain of Memories, the arena is 3D and he is easier to dodge. However, his all zeros gimmick is still kind of stupid in both versions and can make the battle incredibly easy or incredibly tedious. But anyway, I would really love to know what you guys think. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments below, or you can leave them on social media. All my social media links are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you liked my video, please hit the like button and leave some comments. If you're new to my channel and want to see more of my videos, please hit the subscription button and subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please ring the bell next to the subscription button. That gives you the proper notifications of whenever I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. Doing all of these things really helps out the channel, and it really helps our communities grow. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next time.